Last topic of the day, relationships. Let's talk about relationships. And once you understand that relationship is just an equation of value exchange, any form of relationship you're in, whether it's business, romantic, parents, with your animals, pet, or any type of connection you have, any individuals, it will become very simple. Relationship is just an equation of value exchange. Easiest one. Let's talk about romantic relationship, for example. Let's say you have a partner, and you guys comes together because there's something that you presume the other person able to give to you. From a female's perspective, it could be security, it could be money, it could be romantic interest, it could be a sense of love. Once you aren't able to get what you want from that particular relationships, you give it time, but eventually the relationship is going to break off because you're no longer exchanging the value. Classmate, school, classroom, business relationships. A lot of time you're exchanging the value. That's why you have friends group in school, and as you grow out of school, your friends group start disappearing because when you guys together, there's a value being companionships. There's a value being we're going to class. There's objective together, and we're working together on a specific topic or projects. But then the moment you leave that environment, that value sort of shifted. You still have the emotional connection of companionship over time. That's how you retain the feel of the friend. But a lot of time you slowly become distant, and now they look for new relationships that give them different value in the new peers group or new environment. In the business world, or especially when you look at individuals in the world, adults in society, we talk to our ask about, hey, what do you do, where you from, and then what school you went to, etc., etc. The first couple questions of introduction is always talk about who I am, this is what I do, this is what I got, etc., etc. Immediately, people describe and see you and put a certain value in you, and that's how you start building the relationship based off the value exchange. What I could possibly get out of this individuals, what I could possibly get out of that individuals. And that's why many relationship doesn't last or doesn't crumble unless you maintain the value. And there's a tricks. You'd be like, okay, in romantic or business, how can I fix this? How can I change this 180 and make it easier and make relationship last? The trick is very simple. You have heard of the idea of lower your expectations and the idea of just giving. When you lower your expectations, your value and what you need from the other individual is much easily met. And hence that why in relationships, when you decide to just give, you always hear the idea of just give, just give, just give, just give. When you don't think of what to receive and you just give, it's much easier to maintain the relationships because now subconsciously you're not asking something back and you're willing to continue to do so to give. And relationship break down once again when you don't receive what you needed. So in a romantic relationship, the most perfect scenario is both partner continue to give. And this is a very simple concept of why younger or children's love or potentially young adult and teenage love or in high school things tends to work better is because they aren't exposed to many ideas yet. So their expectation is a lot lower. And when your expectation is a lot lower, it's much easier to fulfill. And the only standard they set is based on the family. This is where the parents or the environment they live in, the education, the information they receive, that gonna set the standard. So relationship that is just focused on giving sometimes tends to last the longest and the best because, quite frankly, low expectation. And that's what you mean when you hear people say low expectation. Same with business, same thing with even parents relationships, even relationship with your child. The moment you decide to give and you don't have lower expectation of it, it create less friction on the value chain. And some relationship is completely based off of values. And once you know that, it's understanding what are you looking in that individuals and what they are looking to gain from you, it's much easier for you to say, okay, this is what I need to do to maintain the relationship, or this is what they need to do in order for me to maintain a relationship. If you want to get rid of that, lower expectations, or just come from a mindset of just giving without thinking of receive. And this comes from many different religions and many different backgrounds in the East, in the West. It's all the same idea. To have the best of relationship, just focus on the given aspect. But if you do in a value base, this one simple equation can very easily help you decide or maintain what you need to do in order to keep the relationship going.